Welcome to Jack's Top 10. The race to the sky or the desire to create larger structures is, in many respects, as old as time. Despite this, we've seen a huge increase in the total height of our highest skyscrapers in the last century. By definition, a skyscraper is a building that exceeds 330 feet. But it doesn't imply they've always been lovely works of art. Designers are always seeking for new ways to reimagine the modern skyscraper by making it taller and more cutting edge. Each structure represents the progression of urban design, from the Art Deco movement at the turn of the 20th century to more current neo-futuristic styles. In the end, every city skyline offers a unique story of creativity and ambition, and these 27 breathtaking structures are no exception. Aboard 318, Melbourne, Australia. According to architecturaldigest.com, the unique wave-like design of Aboard 318 is more than just an aesthetic design choice. It creates insulation for the residential building. Designed by Ellenberg Fraser and 𝐤𝐸𝐤𝐞, Australia, this structure contains 450 apartments with some of the best views in Melbourne. WILLIS Tower, Chicago, Illinois. Completed in 1973, the WILLIS Tower has long been the most iconic piece of Chicago's storied skyline. Formerly dubbed the Sears Tower, the black lacquered structure has one of the tallest observation decks in the Western Hemisphere. TRANSAMERICA Pyramid, San Francisco, California. The futurist building that fills out San Francisco's skyline was built in 1972 and has become symbolic of the Golden City. William Pereira designed the landmark and placed a crown jewel at its peak, which illuminates on holidays and days of remembrance. Al-Hamra Tower, Kuwait City, Kuwait. Al-Hamra Tower is a multi-medium building that gives the illusion of movement, as if in mid-transition of being cocooned into a sheet of glass. Crafted by the firms Skidmore, Owings and Merrill and Ramsey and Callison, the structure stands at an impressive 1,358 feet, 432 Park Avenue, New York, New York. Standing an impressive 1,396 feet tall, 432 Park Avenue is the tallest completed residential building in the Western Hemisphere. Designed by Rafael Vanoli, the block-like tower is dotted in symmetrical squares and lights in a specific pattern upon nightfall to add to New York's skyline. Marina Bay Sands Hotel, Singapore. The Marina Bay Sands Hotel is one of the most recognizable buildings in Singapore, if not the world. Designed by Moshe Safdie, the three-column building is connected at the roof by the largest rooftop infinity pool. Evolution Tower, Moscow, Russia. The spiraling design of Evolution Tower was created by British architect Tony Kettle and was inspired by Rodin's sculpture, The Kiss. AGBAR Tower, Barcelona, Spain. AGBAR Tower's bullet-shaped construction is coated in a mosaic of glass that calls to Barcelona's architectural roots laid by Antoni Gaudí. Brought to life by French architect Jean Nouvel, the building was not well received at first, but eventually became a celebrated piece of the Catalan city. Tokyo SKYTREE, Tokyo, Japan. Designed by Niken Seki, the neo-futuristic broadcast tower came into the city skyline in 2012. Styled like a Japanese pagoda, Tokyo SKYTREE draws tourists in droves to the spectacular observation deck. The SKYTREE white lattice that coat the exterior is a perfect foundation for the tower's nightly light show. Shanghai World Finance Center, Shanghai, China. Designed by Kohn Peterson Falk, the Shanghai World Finance Center's, on right, slightly curved trapezoid design with a rectangular gap was completed in 2008. John Hancock Center, Chicago, Illinois. The iconic ebony building with twin antennae is corseted with matte structural beams, creating a geometric design. Designed by Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, and located in Chicago's magnificent Mile District, the tapered structure has become a beloved part of the city's skyline. Turning torso, Malmö, Sweden. The neo-futuristic residential skyscraper Turning Torso reaches much higher than the surrounding buildings in the area. Each floor is an irregular pentagon shape that shifts with every story. The highest floor is twisted 90 degrees from the ground level. Designed by Santiago Calatrava, the inspiration for the building's unique shape came from the sculpture of a twisted human midsection. Taipei 101, Taipei, Taiwan. Similar to the style of the Jinmao Tower, Taipei 101 is rooted in traditional Chinese architecture. Completed in 2010 and designed by Xu Yuan Li and C.P. Wang, the 101 stories are numerically symbolic of time starting over in the new decade and the new year. Canton Tower, Guangzhou, China. Designed by Mark Hemmel and Barbara Kuit, as well as the Arab team, Canton Tower is the ultimate sightseeing experience, boasting the world's tallest open-air staircase in which guests can physically ascend the tower. The structure's climbing lattice-like exterior twists upward, giving the tower the appearance of a slim waist. Petronas Twin Tower, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Standing at 88 stories high, the numeral 8 theme used throughout the building is a symbolic of good fortune. The two towers, which were designed by the late Caesar Pelli, connected by a flying bridge, are grounded in Islamic architecture. Because of the soft ground on which the towers were built, the foundations reach up to 374 feet deep to support the structures. Space Needle, Seattle, Washington. Seattle's tallest and most recognizable structure was erected as a result of two ideas conceived for the city's 1962 World's Fair. One concept was inspired by a tethered balloon and another by a flying saucer-type design. Together, these two ideas presented by Edward E. Carlson and John Graham Jr. were combined to create the Washington State landmark. Oriental Pearl Tower, Shanghai, China. Oriental Pearl Tower is held together by 11 spheres of different sizes attached by columns. Though the structure's design is likened to an old Chinese proverb, designer Jiang Wancheng insists it is a coincidence. CN Tower, Toronto, Ontario. In addition to its recognizable needle-like design, CN Tower's edge walk is a bucket list item for many avid travelers. Designed by Australian architect John Andrews, the record-breaking tower was finished in 1976 and held the record for the tallest structure in the world until 2007. Burj Al Arab, Jumeirah, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Situated on a small artificial island, the sail-shaped luxury hotel looks as though it's coming into port at Jumeirah Beach. The structure was designed by British-born architect Tom Wright. Jinmao Tower, Shanghai, China. The architect at SOM were inspired by traditional Chinese architecture when creating the post-modern Jinmao Tower. The result has become one of the most recognizable structures in Shanghai's financial district. Standing 1,380 feet tall, the building was one of the first to use new advanced structural engineering that could withstand typhoon winds as well as earthquakes ranging up 7 on the Richter scale. The Shard, London, England. Italian architect Renzo Piano was inspired by the railroad lines of downtown London and church spires when creating this building. Piano's objective was to create a structure that looked as though it was emerging from the River Thames. Shanghai Tower, Shanghai, China. The 128-story tower's tiered exterior was designed to be energy efficient with aspects that include a double layer of glass to reduce heat absorption. Gensler's Shanghai Tower earned the title of the greenest skyscraper for its effort. Burj Khalifa, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Standing at 2,722 feet tall, Burj Khalifa is currently the tallest building in the world. Designed by Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, the architects drew inspiration from Islamic architecture, specifically the Great Mosque of Samarra, Empire State Building, New York, New York. The Empire State Building is one of the most recognizable structures in New York. Designed by Sharif, Lamb and Harmon, the skyscraper's design was changed 15 times until it was assured to be the tallest in the world at that time. Chrysler Building, New York, New York. The Art Deco masterpiece is a shining example of architecture in the industrial age. Designed by famed architect William Van Allen, there are numerous references to Chrysler's storied history, with gargoyles resembling car parts and geometric eagles set to signify flight. One World Trade Center, New York, New York. Standing an iconic 1,776 feet tall, a nod to the year of American independence, One World Trade Center joined the New York skyline in 2014. The mirrored building holds a special meaning to Americans, signifying resilience and strength. Designed by Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, One World Trade Center is the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe for more.